The Secret Story of Miss Cleo, Underrated Famous Celebrities. Uri Del Harris was a television personality in the late 90s into the early 2000s. Harry was born in Los Angeles on August 12, 1962, and pretended to have grown up in Jamaica for television. She was raised as a Catholic Caribbean girl by immigrant parents. Harris married at 19 and gave birth to a girl. She got divorced at 21. Harris had a second daughter with another partner. Her first occupation was theater production. As we would know her later on the scene, Miss Cleo wrote and produced stage plays with her partner. The duo set up in Seattle and focused on women-themed plays. Her first project was titled For Women Only, and it was an autobiography project in 1996. She moved on to another project she called Super Club Cafe in 1997. That project was not a massive success, and she left town to pursue other acting projects. She did not pay the talents in the production team before leaving Seattle. She promised the production team that she would pay them later when she settled her bone cancer medical bills. She gave them documents to show how much she owed each of them, but they never saw her again. When Miss Cleo left the theater, she took up psychic reading. She was America's favorite psychic, spiritual, and community guide, as well as a voodoo practitioner. The Psychic Readers Network had her appear on their website and in infomercials as a shaman from Jamaica. A shaman is a religious figure who interacts with spirits through trances and half-conscious states. The network started sending cold emails to people, telling them that Miss Cleo had been instructed to contact them. The emails promoted the calls to be free when in fact they were charged. The phone calls were also answered by associates who were reading scripts to the callers. The practice soon released a book in 2001, Keepin' It Real, A Practical Guide for Spiritual Living by Miss Cleo. In her glory days on MTV, Miss Cleo gave very condescending advice to young people who called in. The tag of her show was "You Can't Fool Miss Cleo." Her fake Jamaican accent and dramatic approach to solving issues were hilarious. She always claimed that her cards were the ones telling her what to say. Her favorite line after every tarot card reading was, "The cards don't lie." The company was sued by many people in different states for various offenses. The network received suits from 10 states that they operated within in 2001. Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, New York, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Florida. The Federal Communications Commission also filed a report against the company. The commission's report was retracted after a study showed that many other clients were satisfied by the network's activities. On the other hand, the Federal Trade Commission charged the network's owners, Stephen Fetter and Peter Stotts. The charges included deceptive advertising and billing of services. The duo settled to write off all outstanding invoices and pay a $5 million fine to the commission. During one of these many trials, the revelation of Miss Cleo being American and born in LA surfaced. As an established name, Miss Cleo moved on to become a voiceover artist in 2002. She voiced Auntie Poulet's character in Grand Theft Auto Vice City that year. Miss Cleo's Hollywood dream was building at this point. The actress-turned-shaman became a spokesperson for Fuse, a music TV network. This new job was in 2003. She also featured in local adverts for a used car dealership in Florida in 2005. She then came out as a lesbian in 2006. Her decision to finally make her long-term relationships with women public was due to her gay godson's unadulterated willingness to be himself. In 2014, a documentary called Hotline featured Miss Cleo, now Cleo Millie Harris. The documentary was about relationships that are formed over the telephone between strangers. The documentary featured her in connection to her role in the Psychic Readers Network and her experiences. She said that she was attached to her callers, but she couldn't show emotion. She explained that the network used her. From when she joined the network, she acted as a regular call receiver. When more people started asking for her and she gained popularity, the network wrote a backstory for her. She had to hide her educational background and take up a Jamaican connection. While they used her name to sell products, they refused to let her answer calls and somewhat scripted readings for amateurs in her name. She knew that people would never believe her if she ever tried to set the story straight after playing the role for a while. So she played along with it. In the interview, she did not hold back. She ran a podcast from 2012 to 2014 called Conversations with Cleo, where she spoke about her past with racism. Her parents sent her to an all-white girls' school because they feared she wouldn't make it if she didn't behave white. But that only led her to connect with her ancestry more. This appearance brought renewed interest in her, and in 2015, she featured in a series of advertisements for a General Mills breakfast cereal, French Toast Crunch. The adverts were discontinued because the Psychic Readers Network claimed ownership of Miss Cleo as a character. Not long after this battle with her network, she discovered that she had developed colon cancer. Cancer spread quickly and eventually killed her on July 26, 2016, at age 53. Did you used to watch Miss Cleo on TV? What are some of the hilarious moments of Miss Cleo you remember? Would you mind sharing your replies in the comments section? We enjoy hearing from you.